Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Monday. It is 16th of December. It is the Pausha Masa or Narayana Masa. So it's the first day. So yesterday it was the Pardimi and Purnami. They both were falling. So it is overlapping of last month and this month. So today is the Krishna Paksham and the Vidya Tithi. But apart from the month starting, there are no other events today. So we shall move into our direct event. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Supreme Personality of Godhead speaking to Brahma to describe about himself and his energies and how he appears and take different incarnations. All in between 4 nutshells. So they are aham eva asam eva agre nanyad yad sad asad param pashtadaham yedetatcha yo avashishyeto sosmyaham. So that is the first Chatishloki. And second one is the Rutyadham yat pratiyeta na pratiyeta chatmani tad vidhyat atmano mayam yata bhaso yata tamaha. So anything which appears to be is not connecting with the Supreme Lord, it is just illusory energy. And third statement is that Yatamahanti bhutani bhuteshu chavacheshvanu pravishtani apravishtani tatateshu natpeshvaham. Giving an example that all the material elements, they enter into the cosmos at the same time, they don't enter. But similarly, the Lord also giving the analogy that he also, in each and every atom, he enters into the cosmos, and at the same time, he's outside of, not in the universe itself. He's always in his abode, Golo, Eva, Nivasati, Aklapma Bhuto. So likewise, 3 statements he has mentioned, and now he's speaking on the 4th Chatishloki Bhagavatam. So he says that everyone's endeavor in searching for the absolute truth, they will end up in finding the Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and my identity is the servant of the Lord, and my activity is the engaging myself into the devotional service of the Lord. This is the ultimate point. In whatever the philosophies, whatever the stream of education or research or anything it is going. So if all those paths ultimately coming into the worshipping of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Likewise, the Lord is saying everyone's endeavor to identify the absolute truth is to come to the lotus feet of the Lord. So likewise, Lord is saying to Brahma. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, chapter 9, verse number 36. So this is the longest purport within this chapter. So it will go at least 1 week. So we are covering few paragraphs every day. So because of different kinds of philosophers, they have expressed their opinions. So Prabhupada in describing this to count and addressing all those points, and also from the devotional perspective, there is a longer purport for this, and also bringing purports from many of our acharyas like Sridhar Swami and Jiva Goswami, Rupa Goswami. From many of those things, Prabhupada brought all those commentaries into this verse. And I request all the devotees kindly by heart this 4th Chatishloki Bhagavata. Totally 7 verses, starting from the I think Jnanam Yad Yetad that from that point onwards, and then 37 slokas. So 31 to 37. These are the 7 slokas to be remembered in all times and circumstances. एतावद्येव जिज्ञास्यं तत्त्वजिज्ञासुनात्मनः अन्वयव्यतिरेकाभ्यां यत् स्यात् सर्वत्र सर्वदा एतावद्येव जिज्ञास्यं. So until this point, up to this, etavat certainly, jijnasyam is to be inquired. So some people, I'm joining after my 10th education, I have had to go to GCS selecting different paths. But ultimately, these are different paths. But ultimately, they have to reach to the point that lotus feet of Krishna, identifying themselves, they are the servants of the Lord. And their activity is Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Geetam, Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva, Eko Mantra Tasya Namani Yani, Karmapyekam Tasya Devasya Seva, Karmapyekam Tasya Devasya Seva. All activities are to be only render service unto the Lord. That is that point. Etavadyeva Jidnyasyam. All the inquiries and paths and researches. Tattva Jidnyasu Atmanaha. Tattva Jidnyasu Atmanaha. Tattva is the absolute truth. Jidnyasuna by the student, Atmanaha of the self, when he is searching for the self-realization in identifying the absolute truth, what is his constitutional position. Anvaya Vyatirekaabhyam. Anvaya is the directly, Vyatirekaabhyam indirectly. Yatsyat Sarvatra Sarvada. And whatever it may be, Sarvatra Sarvada, in all space and time, in all circumstances. So this is the real self-realization. That's thinking that he is the servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And so this is Etavadyev Jidnyasyam Tattva Jidnyasunatmanaha Annavaya Vyatirekaabhyam Yat Syat Sarvatra Sarvada. In all times and space, all space and time, in all circumstances, one has to identify that Supreme Personality of Godhead is the absolute truth, and his service is to render, his activity to be to render service unto him. And if he come to the point, he is a servant of the Lord. Okay, so there are many points like whoever is chanting the names of the Lord, Yannamadeya Shravananukirtanad Yat Prahuanad Yas Maranadapi Kvachit Swadopi Sadjah Savanaya Kalpate Kutah Punaste Bhagavan Darshana Aho Bada Sopachu Ato Garyan Yat Jihvagre Vattate Namutubhyam Te Pustapaste Juhu Sasnurarya Brahmanuchurnama Gurunante Yete. Whoever is chanting the names of the Lord, they have done all of their sacrifices, austerities, penances, giving the charity, all those things in the previous lives. Otherwise, it is not possible for them to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra on top of their tongue throughout. So that is the ultimate point here, the Lord is saying. So translation for this verse, a person who is searching after the supreme absolute truth, the personality of Godhead, must certainly search for it up to this, in all circumstances, in all space and time, and both directly and indirectly. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request any voluntary devotees to read the 2 paragraphs of this purport, please? Any unallocated devotees?
Shall I read Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhupada.
Purport by Srivanga Srila Prabhupada ki jai. To unfold the mystery of Bhakti Yoga, as it is explained in the previous verse, is the ultimate stage of all inquiries, or the highest objective for the inquisitive. Everyone is searching after self-realization in different ways, by Karma Yoga, by Jnana Yoga and Dhyana Yoga, by Raja Yoga, and by Bhakti Yoga, etc. To engage in self-realization is the responsibility of every living entity developed in consciousness. One who is developed in consciousness certainly makes inquiries into the mystery of the self, of the cosmic situation, and of the problems of life in all spheres and fields: social, political, economic, cultural, religious, moral, etc., and in their different branches. But here the goal of all such inquiries is explained. The Vedanta Sutra philosophy begins with this with this inquiry about life, and the Bhagavatam answers such inquiries up to this point, or the mystery of all inquiries. Lord Brahma wanted to be perfectly educated by the personality of Godhead, and here is the answer by the Lord, finished in 4 nutshell verses. From Aham Eva to this verse, Etavat Eva. This is the end of all self-realization processes. Men do not know that the ultimate goal of life is Vishnu, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, due to being bewildered by the glaring reflection in the darkness, and as such, everyone is entering into the darkest region of material existence, driven by the uncontrolled senses. The whole material existence has sprung up because of such sense gratification, desires based principally on the sex desires, and the result is that, in spite of all of knowledge, advancement of knowledge, the final goal of all the activities of the living entities is sense gratification. But here is the real goal of life, and everyone should know it by inquiries put before a bona fide spiritual master, expert in the science of Bhakti Yoga, or from a living personality of Bhagavatam life. Everyone is engaged in various kinds of scriptural inquiries, but the Srimad Bhagavatam gives answers to all of the various students of self-realization. This ultimate objective of life is not to be searched out without great labor or pursuances. One who is imbued with such sincere inquiries must ask the bona fide spiritual master in the disciplic succession from Brahmaji, and that is the direction given here. Because the mystery was disclosed before Brahmaji by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the mystery of all such inquiries regarding self-realization must be put before such a spiritual master who is directly the representative of the Lord, acknowledged in that disciplic succession. Such a bona fide spiritual master is able to clear up the whole thing by evidence from the revealed scriptures, both direct and indirect. Although everyone is free to consult the revealed scriptures in this connection, one still requires the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, and that is the direction in this verse. The bona fide spiritual master is the most confidential representative of the Lord, and one must receive direction from the spiritual master in the same spirit that Brahmaji received it from the personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. The bona fide spiritual master is that bona fide chain of disciplic succession never claims to be the Lord himself. Although such a spiritual master is greater than the Lord in the sense that he can deliver the Lord by his personally realized experience. The Lord is not to be found simply by education or by a good fertile brain, but surely he can be found by the sincere student through the transparent medium of the bona fide spiritual master. Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Prabhupada.
Thank you, Mataji. So here Prabhupada is describing, so unfold the mystery of Bhakti Yoga is explained. So everything, all paths, it is awakening the love of Godhead. That is the ultimate thing. When we have got so much of love towards, like a mother has got a love to the child, she always renders service to the child, either cooking or dressing or bathing and feeding so many palatable dishes in so many ways, decorating him. Likewise, when we have got so much of love to the Lord, we also engage ourselves. But the service in the Lord, it is always eternal. But mother may render service to the child until he grown up. But after that, child may not accept it. But we have got the Lord, he will always, it is the eternal service. So here, is the Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate stage of all inquiries or the highest objective for the inquisitive. So this everyone is searching after self-realization in different ways. Karma Yoga, by Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, by Raja Yoga, by Bhakti Yoga, etc. And to engage self-realization is the responsibility of every living entity developed in consciousness. So consciousness is again, there are different levels of consciousness. Avruta, Mukulita, and Vyakulita, and then Vikasita, Purna Vikasita, 5 levels of different consciousness. The Avrita is coming from the all the plants which does not have much consciousness, undeveloped consciousness, and then Mukulita. So this is another thing for the animal's consciousness. This is again going starting from Annamaya, Pranamaya, Anandamaya, different levels of things. So this is consciousness. When we have got the high Vikasita is the to engage ourselves in connecting with the Lord. So this is the self-relation. That is where self-relation starts. Responsibility of every living entity developed in consciousness. One who is developed in consciousness certainly makes his inquiries into the mystery of the self, of the cosmic situation, and of problems of life in all spheres and fields: social, political, economic, cultural, religious, moral, etc. in different branches. So here the goal of all such inquiries is explained. For example, if you wanted to have social, what is the social? Just go and mingle with the people and speak and have a community. What is the purpose? They wanted to be happy. And how they wanted to be happy? Just by speaking and all those things, engaging themselves. But that kind of happiness is when we get the happiness, do we have to deal with the sociality? It is not required. In a similar way, political also. It is to adjusting the administering affairs of the state. If everything is going happily, do we need to political? It is not required. This is again coming back to Krishna. When we are in Krishna consciousness, everything will be automatically adjusted. Again, economic as well. So this economic earning of money for the livelihood, this is also adjusted when we just taking prasadam, render ourselves our service to the Supreme Lord. That this economic, and also the Lord is the Govinda or Go Brahmana Hitayacha. So he knows how to take care of the economic problem as well. When we have got the cows, we will produce our own milk and palatable dishes. And again, if we have got the farm and everything, these problems will be solved. We do not have to go produce so many factories and build so many chemical things, ruining the planet. It is not needed. So this will all these problems will be ultimately like cultural, religious, moral, everything will be in dovetailing with Krishna. All will be having only one solution. So the goal of all such inquiries is explained here. So again, here different branches of this Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. So here Krishna says that uh, tapasvibhyo adhiko yogi jnanabhyopi matodikaha कर्मभ्यासी च अधिको yogi tasma yogi bhavajna. So a yogi who is in connecting with this bhakti yogi, actually it is mentioning to who is he is always better than the karmi, better than the ascetic, and better than the jnani. So that's why you always become a yogi, who Arjuna become a devotee in all times and circumstances. So likewise, that devotee is the yoginam sarvesha madgate antaratmana shraddhavan bhajite yomam samyukta tamomata. So in such a way, you become my devotee, so that you are the topmost. All the scriptures mentions that one. And then in different branches also, they bring to only ultimate janmanam, bahunam janmanamante jnanavan prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti. Tamahatma Sudurlabha. Such kind of persons are very rare. Who identifies that ultimate goal of all such inquiries is that rendering service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And from the Vedanta Sutra philosophy begins with inquiries about the life. This is Atato Brahma Jnasa. And Bhagavatam answers such inquiries up to this point are the mystery of all inquiries. So if we take 360 degrees of angles throughout our life, I wanted to find my children, my family members, and economic problems, diseases, so many things I will put in 360 degrees, so many problems. But all these problems, when we are linking with Krishna, we find all these answers and solutions. We will be free from all kinds of contaminations. And Lord Brahma wanted to perfectly educated by, sometimes we may think that, okay, I have got this business, I don't have time for engaging myself or my children or my family members in the devotional service. I have to sort out that problem first. Many people think that, but they do not know that center point is Krishna. When we are coming to Krishna, connecting ourselves to Krishna, those problems automatically adjusted. But we need, what is required? Keeping center Krishna in the center, Krishna is center point. That is the primary thing. We should not stake our Krishna consciousness linking with Krishna for the sake of material things. That is very important. Sometimes we may be doing like that, knowingly or unknowingly, that that needs to be sorted out first. But because we wanted to sort it out first, Krishna will put some challenges accordingly. Of course, not Krishna, but the divine nature arranges like that. Give those challenges in the material things. You wanted to prove that you are experiencing and you are solving the problems perfectly. So in such a way, there will be challenges. Lord Brahma wanted to be perfectly educated by the personality of Godhead, and here is the answer by the Lord, finished in four nutshell verses from Aham Eva to this verse Etavad Jeva. So this is the end of all self-realization process. Men do not know that ultimate goal of life is Vishnu, or the supreme personality of Godhead, due to being bewildered by the glaring reflection in the darkness. And as such, everyone is entering into the darkest region of the material existence, driven by the uncontrolled senses. So this is all our devotional service. It is the purificatory process. So whenever it in the purificatory, they will not be agitated. When we are in the devotional service among the devotees association, they would not agitate us. So when they are not agitating us, gradually they will be subsided. Agitation will be subsided, and we will be in peaceful state. Brahma Bhutaha Prasannatma, na sochati, na kankshati. Otherwise, this is Atanta Gobhir Vishite Tamishram, Vishinte Tamishram, Punah Punah Charvita Charvananam. So this is again going for sense gratification again and again. But it is allowed in the way that, as per the regulative principles mentioned in the scriptures. So like the Varnashrama Dharma is mentioned, is established by the Supreme Lord. Chaturvarnya Maya System Guna Karma Vibhagashaha, according to the one's nature. Otherwise, if we do not engage ourselves in the devotional service, we have to act the way that the qualities we have acquired with the body we have got. And he will be forcibly to act with his body and his activities if he is not in devotional service. That Krishna mentions to Arjuna in the Karma Yoga. The whole material existence has sprung up because of the sense gratification desires based principally on the sex desire. And the result is that, in spite of all advancement of knowledge, the final goal of all the activities of living entities is sense gratification. This is again Adhista. So here, once a living entity accepts particular kind of senses and with some kind of moods to experience these pains and pleasures, and then he will take the body, experiences all these things. But main thing is the sex desire, which would entangle the person into this material world. And then immediately he needs some kind of house, and then immediately there will be children. He needs to arrange everything, the food, clothing, and paying the bills, and then that's it. And then in his next life, all the next 30 to 40 years, he has to work, and then by the time he will become old and no more energy in the body, by the time he cannot render more service unto the Lord. So that is how, without knowing to him, all of his vital energy of the life will be robbed by this material energy. Daivi Hiesha Gunamayi Mamamaya Dhrityaya. He cannot come to the point that I wanted to know what is the ultimate aim of life. So starting from the attraction towards the sex desire. But here is the real goal of life, and everyone should know it by inquiries put before a bona fide spiritual master expert in the science of Bhakti Yoga or from living personality of Bhagavatam life. So here, for a devotee, that does not mean one should not go and experience these pains and pleasures. So these things he can go through, but as long as he is in the right path. First of all, establish himself in the devotional service, and then accept a good wife, and then beget the good children, and then live in the devotional life as per the regulative principles. That is the even Kadama Prajapati also enjoyed, Swayambhu Manu enjoyed, and all Dhruva Maharaj enjoyed for 36,000 years. So all these things going through the devotional service only. So their ultimate point is already fixed, and starting point is also fixed, and the process is also fixed. Nasekuhu Bhagavat Param. So they do not fall down at any point of time. They're always in Krishna consciousness. And here one has to approach the bona fide spiritual master and ask all the inquiries, all questions of the life, so that because he is the representative of the Lord, he does not dovetail and anything on personally. Whatever the Lord says, Ishwarasya Anumodataha. Whatever the Lord approves, that only he gives to the people. In such a way, Nunam Bhaktir Bhavishyati. In such a way, people will develop devotional service unto the Lord. Yata haro bhagavati nunam bhaktir bhavishyati. So everyone is engaged in the various kinds of scriptural inquiries, but Srimad Bhagavatam gives answer to all various students of self-realization. And this ultimate objective of life is not to be searched out without great labor or perseverance. Perseverance. So one who is imbued with such sincere inquiries must ask the bona fide spiritual master in the disciplic section from Brahmaji, and that is the direction given here. So otherwise, though one is expert in studying the Vedas, uh, in all scripture states, Vedeshu durlabham adurlabham atma bhaktav. Going through studying of Vedas, one does not develop the love towards the Lord. And also this rahu guna etad na tapasayati na chejhaya and nirvapanad gruhadva and na chandamasya naiva jalognir suryaihi and vina Mahatpada by without the dust of the lotus feet of a devotee, one does not get the love of Godhead and devotional service. So ultimate absolute that truth, he cannot understand those things. So this is Atma Bhakta. Atma Bhakta, how he becomes through the bona fide spiritual master. So that is there because the mystery was disclosed before Brahmaji by the Supreme Lord of Supreme Personality of Godhead. The mystery of all such inquiries regarding self-realization must be put before such a spiritual master who is directly representative of the Lord, acknowledged in that disciplic section. Such a bona fide spiritual master is able to clear up the whole thing by evidence from the revealed scriptures, both direct and indirectly. Sometimes scriptures they give the direct things like you need to offer patram pushpam palam toyam yo me bhaktya prayati. It is very simple, and but there are many points uh, devotees or many other people cannot understand. They are all indirectly mentioned. Why living entity coming to this material world, unnecessarily going through these problems that many people they do not know the answers for it. So such kind of answers, bona fide spiritual master clears up. And although everyone is free to consult the revealed scriptures in this connection, one still requires the guidance of the spiritual master, and that is the direction in this verse. And the bona fide spiritual master is the most confidential representative of the Lord, and one must receive direction from spiritual master in same spirit that Brahmaji received it from the personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. So here to receive the mercy of the Lord, one has to engage himself, first of all, some pious activities, And then whenever he is in the study, then Krishna arranges that a spiritual master also come into his path, and he will come into the spiritual master, and then he will inquire. So first of all, austerities and penances, charity, these are all required. In though one is following the Varnashrama Dharma process, for what purpose? Until they come to here to find the spiritual master. If we observe our lives, we have gone through so many of these kind of things, worshipping our demigods, going, performing this vrata, this festival, observing different kinds of festivals. These are all kinds of a little bit of austerity accommodated within the Varnashrama Dharma. Because of that, we are able to come to in contact with the spiritual master. Otherwise, if you are simply working for something else, it is not possible for us to come to Krishna consciousness. Just if anyone's life, if you observe back, they must be in the Varnashrama Dharma. At least they know something about Dharma. What is Dharma? They have that is by birth itself. Who takes the birth in the India? So they have got in their blood itself. Prabhupada was mentioning. The bona fide spiritual master in that bona fide chain of discipline succession never claims to be Lord himself. Although such spiritual master is greater than the Lord in the sense that he can deliver the Lord by his personally realized experience. Personally realized experience. So here Prabhupada is mentioning spiritual master is greater than the Lord. In the sense that, again, what is the context? Because he is giving God to a bona fide student. That's why he is greater than God. So that is a very beautiful point. And the Lord is not to be found simply by education or by good fertile brain, but surely he can be found by the sincere student through the transparent medium of the bona fide spiritual master. So this is in the Guru Ashtakam also we have got those verses. Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado, yasya prasadat nagati kutopi. This is a bona fide spiritual master. Without his mercy, we cannot achieve the ultimate objective. Just by the spiritual master, one has to approach humbly. Tad viddhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshyanti te jnanam jnaninaha tatpadarshinaha. Once we receive that one and we get the engagement in the Krishna service, then life will go smoothly and perfectly. And then that is the yet padambujam asya param. So there, nanama padambujam asya visvasub yet paramhamshen padadigamite. That is the path of the Paramhamsas. So the devotional service. Okay, so we shall stop those with the two paragraphs. So this is etavadya vijnhasyam tatvijnhasanatmanaha anvay vyatirekaabhyam yat syat sarvatra sarvada. Likewise, Prabhupada is describing elaborately, and Lord is saying to Brahma as which is the ultimate point, that he is the ultimate point after all researches. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. We shall quickly move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today letter to Shyamadasi, June 3rd, 1970. Can I request Gauringi Mataji to read this letter? It's a small letter, it seems.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Okay. My dear Syama Dasi, please accept my blessing. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your nice letter and the following presentation for my Lord. Sri Radha Krishna sent out Haigriva Prabhu on handkerchief cloth, finally embroidered in colors for offering with artic on set of clothes for the deities and ISKCON bullets, sweet balls, ISKCON bullets, sweet balls. They are all very nice and will be properly utilized. Chant always Hare Krishna mantra in any condition of life, and you will never feel unhappy. Your husband is staying here with this temple, and he is doing nicely. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji, from this letter?
Yes, Prabhuji. Here is the Prabhupada saying the Samadasi to he got his letter. Then he also drawing to Radha Krishna have you Prabhu the letter. Then also he get handkerchief from them. Then uh, he talking about the ISKCON bullet sweet balls, the ras, gula, everything. Then other one he mentioned about probably sorry, Devi going to play this one. Yeah, always he said chant always Hare Krishna mantra. He talking about that. Then you will very happy, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, no, they will not make a noise. Sorry about that.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Nicely explained. Thank you so much. Any other points, dear devotees, you wanted to add?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, the ISKCON bullets are, the famous nickname for the gulab jamuns. So Prabhupada used to make it a lot and distribute like as prasadam. So it's somehow got the nickname ISKCON bullets. So that's a little point I wanted to add.
The gulab jams. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you so much, Mataji. Even I was surprising what is ISKCON bullets, sweets. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so Prabhupada is mentioning Hare Krishna mantra in any condition of life, whether we are in the problems, that problem, this problem, and many problems everyone would see in their life in a different journeys. They will come into, otherwise, without problem, we wouldn't have human life at all. Or, of course, not only human life, at any life, any material life. But this is the ultimate thing. Remembering always Krishna is through chanting. That way you will always feel happy. You will never ever feel unhappy. Okay, so that is my takeaway as well from this point, from this letter. And from the announcements point of view, so today evening we have got teachings of Lord Chaitanya at 8 p.m. And another thing is again coming to the Lord Narasimha's Abhisheka for so still we have got 4 or 5 months. Narasimha's either flower Abhisheka or the Abhisheka with the ingredients like so many other things used for um, Narasimha Abhishekam. So it was around 500 pounds that I have heard from the devotee. So if you wanted to do that service in the Bhaktivedanta manor or Mayapur temple, so it is again devotee's choice. So if you have contemplated on that, kindly share your thoughts on it, whether it is you wanted to do it or what are your thoughts. Hare Krishna. Kindly share your opinions.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Are we collecting as a group, Prabhu, in our Sangha, Akbari Sangha?
Yes, Mataji, we would like to
That
do it
would be
as a Sangha.
yes, that would be great, Prabhu. Then we can contribute some.
Yes, everyone can contribute 10
Yeah.
to 20 pounds, something like that. We can collect
Mm-hmm.
100 pounds. So
Yes, Prabhu.
I think that's a lovely idea, like especially because Lord Nrsimha is always protecting us. I think that's such a lovely idea.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. And about the option, like, so Devashish Prabhuji mentioned to put a poll. So, but first of all, this one, whether we are committed to do that, that is the first thing. Once we are committed for that one, next is the poll going for either Bhaktivedanta Manor or Mayapur temple.
It'd be amazing to do it in Mayapur, but then obviously that's like a whole decision. Like you said.
Yeah, I think this the fundraise is going to be the same point, around 500, both in the in Manor or Mayapur, both the same the choice. All devotees happy with the going for that side.
Yes, Prabhu, I am.
Yes, Prabhu, we are happy. Which, like, of course, the poll will decide. But personally speaking, I would like we have done quite a few surveys for, um, you know, Radha Gokulananda in the last few years. So we haven't done for Nrsimhadev at Mayapur, and he is very, I don't know the exact word. His potency is a lot. Like if you just think about him, the mercy he bestows, and in that respect all the deities are they are same potent, but like some personal liking, like for Mayapur Narasimhadev. So yeah, because we are doing it for this occasion, and the abhishek there is done in a very very nice way, and the oil, that oil or abhishek oil, they sell it all over the world, and so many people get benefit out of it. So in my personal opinion, we would like to contribute there. But I mean, of course, as I mentioned, this is like Radha Gokulananda is our closest Ishtadev, so we not mind serving them as well. So yeah, that's my opinion. So if you put a poll, then we can give our opinions. That's all right. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare,
Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
Even I am happy to do the thing, Prabhuji. And as Sanjita Mataji suggested, my personal thing would be like my poor Narsimha, because the Lord's mercy is so great. We daily see the my poor Narsimha daily. He that Narsimha gave us darshan every day. So, but as of course, like devotee's choice, if we put a poll, and both are like good thing. So I'm happy to do both, but happy to do the contribution. Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhu, I think the what Buddha Mataji says is great. It's nice that Mayapur we see that everything. At the same time, this is our local temple. Regardless how many times we do, we should do every year something for the temple. We go there every often. This is our local. So I mean, even we can do both. It'll be nice, but I personally believe that for our local temple, we should do every year something from our sangha. Very good.
Yes, sure, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And I request you, Prabhuji, if you find those details about Mayapur, Narsimha, the Abhishekam. So I think you might be knowing many people there, contacts.
Yeah, I will do that, Prabhu. I know that. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very good.
And also
I
for
mean, as soon you decide that where are we going, I think it's better after that. We put the poll and we'll see the devotees what they want to do in majority, and we accept that and go that way.
yeah, sure, Prabhuji. So I think if you are committed, so today itself we will communicate within the group.
Yeah.
Then make the ball roll, and to meanwhile devotees would be raising these funds, and then
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I'll find out from the Mayapur. I'll ask. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And for the local temple, we also render some service for any festivals or occasions that will also be communicated in due course of time. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, once in a year at least.
Yes, Prabhu, that's right. Because for our Yuga Dharma, like along with chanting, the main thing is also charity. Like for Grihastas, the main way to serve the Lord is apart from chanting and devotional service is through charity. So definitely we those who can, we do render service. Sometimes it not be, yeah, we do for festivals, we do give do some charities, but otherwise also physical service we do. So that is there. But as a sangha also, like even even if it's not a big amount, like for the flowers here, like any time of the year for any festivals or any other normal day also, they need every 365 days or 366 days, we everything is offered. I mean, the all the outfits, the bhoga, the so any day, any auspicious day we can do, even if it's not a big amount, like even if it's 200 or 250 pounds, half the amount we can do any time of the year. But because this is like especially for Narasimha Chaturdashi, and the way it's done in a grand manner in Mayapur, that's why we were suggesting. Here also they do, of course, they do Abhishek. We do not have deities, like only small deities, and they do Yagya also. That's fine. But we can do twice a year also, like if like, as I mentioned, collecting small amounts, just keeping a fund of 10 pounds or 20 pounds or 15, whatever is possible. Now we have so many devotees in the sangha, so little amount also, like 20 devotees giving will be 200 pounds. So different time of the year we can do for our local Radha Gokulan and the deities, also Ho temple, whichever, like any of them. That should be good as well. Yeah, I'm up for it for both of them. So whatever the Vasish Prabhu said, we must always do for a local temple, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So, if like as the Precious Prabhu suggested, if we have more devotees, like 20-25 devotees, means if we can do both temple now, like it's around like less than 50 pound, everyone has to contribute like 40-45 pounds. So if it is okay, like we can do both temples. If it is okay, like again devotee's choice. Hare Krishna.
Yes, that is a beautiful thing, Mataji. And also we have got Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Gaurav Purnima. That is also with 1 month gap as well. It is there. Okay, so thank you so much, Mataji, for inputs and all the devotees. Okay, so first of all, we just move this one. With Narasimha, we are offering some contribution for this Abhisheka, and one is Mayapur, I hope, no? So by the voices, we understand. When anywhere it is good, but we are every day we are seeing here Narasimhadev who receives, but in the Mana temple we don't see daily this Narasimha Chaturdashi Arati and the deity decorations and all the pujas and all those things. And that perspective, so we also render a different service to Bhaktivedanta Mana, like a Gaura Purnima or Krishnastami or Ram Navami, like those festivals, we take these opportunities to serve. Okay, so first of all, we shall communicate this one in the group. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, all the devotees.
Also, Prabhu, here, I know the outfits are quite expensive, like 3,000 pounds, but along with the outfits for like either Radha Ashtami or Gaur Purnima is too near, I think it must be already allocated for this for 2025 flower service, or the ornaments like the jewelries that can build. So I think that is not that expensive. I think 500 or 600 pounds, similar kind of amount that can be done for any festival later in the year. If we think that can also be done, because when we offered the outfit, because somebody had been already given that service, and when we had requested, then Mataji said, okay, I'll allocate that devotee to do jewelry service. So sometimes we can take for lesser amount, we can do that. But yeah, they get booked very quickly. It's there in the Manor website. There's a donation to the deities, whatever service. So if you find some thing which is available, then we can do that. Maybe this year or later in the year also, or festivals which are coming later in the, like Radha Ashtami or Ram Navami, as you mentioned. Yeah. on the next year after, whichever. Like we these things go very quickly because there's so many people who want to, of course, the devotees, they want to serve. So if we decide whatever, then earlier the better. That's how it is. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So offering money, it is very easy than anything, just giving our time. Okay, but okay, thank you so much, Mataji. But actually, Krishna sees our time, how much time we are giving to Krishna, that is important. But this is who doesn't find time to give to the Lord, so it is easy service rendering through Lakshmi Devi. Okay, thank you so much.
Sorry, Prabhu, also wanted to ask, like, now they're doing Gita Jayanti on 28th, and I was seeing some of the leaflets. They say, like, they have this pledge of next year, 1 lakh Gita, Bhagavad Gita to the schools and some to the colleges and all that. They have this pledge now. So even there also, like, sometimes those who attend, the Gita Jayanti there, there has to be minimum sponsorship of 50 pounds for 5 Gitas. So if it can be any amount, it can go up to 100, 200, 500. They're also like, if we donate an amount, I'm not saying for this year, even for next year, for this manner, then the manner will get the sponsorship for so many Gitas, like how much fund we allocate and we collect, and then those Gitas can be then distributed on our behalf to different places which they have the pledge for. So there's so many, as per manner, there's so many different occasions where we can serve, especially. So I wanted to include that as well.
Yeah, sure, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. So I request dear devotees, in the coming days, you remind, first of all, we commit for this service, Narasimha, and then please share this information later on in our sessions, if I do not remember. Hare Krishna. Yes, so we shall conclude our session and continue with for this japa. If you devotees doesn't have any things to share. Okay. वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंतकोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Have a Krishna conscious day, everyone.